What's going on YouTube? Today I have some little bit different video for you, and even though it has little bit less to do with finances like my normal videos, but this can definitely have big impact, especially for the people living in New York just like me. So most of you probably already know that 5 or 6 days ago, one truck driver named Chicago Ray started this kind of protest, if you will, basically boycotting deliveries of any goods to New York, and obviously this is because of this lawsuit against former President Donald Trump. Now I'm not really gonna go to any politics, this is literally not what this video is about. I'm just concerned about the impact it might have as a former truck driver and New York resident, although I think that lawsuit was slightly flimsy. So this boycott started from this one driver, but now is really spreading. There is more and more truck drivers pretty much every day joining the boycott. They refuse to deliver to New York, and it definitely seems like this boycott is gaining some momentum. But before I'm gonna share my thoughts about it, let me tell you some story, and yes, it connects nicely to what we are actually talking about. So when I was driving truck from East Coast to West Coast, and more specifically from New York to California, back and forward, when I saw some other truckers who used to hook up on the CB radio, usually on channel 19 or 25. Channel 25 was kind of our own channel. Basically all the Polish drivers used to talk on that channel, and it was definitely more fun and more enjoyable to drive with somebody even on the CB radio than just driving by yourself for hours and hours. Obviously not only that was more boring, but actually more dangerous, because since you're not talking to anybody, you have way bigger chance to fall to sleep behind the wheel, and obviously I don't wish that on anyone. And here is the most important part of this story. So one time I was driving with 5 or 6 other rigs. These guys were from Chicago, and we were talking on the radio, everything was cool, but these guys were going really fast, so obviously I followed them too, and I overestimated the miles I can make from my fuel. So yes, stupid me, I ran out of fuel. Now the craziest thing is, just a minute ago we were chatting on the radio, sharing laughs, stories, and had really good conversation. However, when I tried to tell them that, hey, can somebody help me to bring me to the gas station because I ran out of fuel, obviously the radio became dead silent. Literally no one continued talking on the radio. It's almost like they disappeared in the thin air. So the reason I think this part of the story is very important is because yes, some drivers will boycott, some drivers will try to spread the message, ask other people to participate in this boycott, but in my opinion, the total number of drivers participating in this boycott is not gonna be very large, because even if majority of the truck drivers support Donald Trump, they still have families to feed and bills to pay, and at the end of the day the majority of the drivers will just do their own thing. Now with that being said, am I saying there is gonna be zero impact on New York? No, actually I'm not saying that either, but I don't think the level of the impact is gonna be like empty grocery stores. I literally don't think it's gonna go to that level. However, because there is less drivers willing to go to New York, the actual delivery and freight charges might increase, and actually the Chicago one Ray was talking about it, and he states in the video that some driver was offered 30% more just so he would agree to go to New York. So okay, good for that driver, he will make more money for sure, and this is also where the impact is gonna come in, I think. Basically, since there is gonna be some prices increasing for the deliveries, unfortunately for the people in New York, the prices might increase too. I don't necessarily think it's gonna be 30 or 50% going up, but the prices might definitely increase. Now, is it even possible to get to the point of empty store shelves? I personally don't think so, and the reason for it is because if some drivers refuse to go to New York, there is gonna be other drivers who are willing to do it, especially if the companies will increase their trip payment. Now obviously I live in New York, so I'm hoping for the best, and even if the prices will go up 10% with the current inflation included, that would already be a disaster, and I definitely don't want this to happen. So okay, this is it for this video. Make sure to check one of these videos next. There is some good info in these videos too, and thank you for watching.